Hi, finally I had the possibility to test the Acer Predator Helios 500, which is well known for its great cooling, good performance and reasonable price. My unit comes with 8-core Ryzen 7 2700 processor and AMD Vega 56 graphics, so as you're probably guessing, this model is a beast. But here is one important question: will it still be worth the money over the RTX laptops that will come out soon? In this review you will hopefully find the answer. As always, in the video description I left Amazon links for US and UK residents to check the current price and the timestamps to skip to any part of this video. I'm Chris from techfindsreview.com and now let's jump into the review. The Predator Helios 500 is definitely a big size laptop, but thankfully the design is not so bad here. The laptop is all made of matte plastic which doesn't show fingerprints so easily. Despite the plastic construction, Helios 500 feels very tough and premium. On the back you can find a nice looking exhausts with blue heatsinks, and the top panel contains only the Predator logo in the middle. I actually like the fact that it has blue accents instead of red, but if you set different color of lighting on your keyboard, it looks kinda mismatched, so I mostly liked using blue lighting. The dimensions of the device are big for a 17-inch laptop. At the end of this video I'm gonna compare the Predator Helios 500 to other 17-inch laptops so you can see all the differences as same as weight and size comparison. Inside you can find a full-size keyboard with 1.6mm key travel and good spacing. There was minimal flex when pressing it hard, but when typing it stays stiff, that provides very comfortable typing experience. The keyboard is divided into 4 zones, for which you can choose different colors or set it all one color if you want. In the right left corner you have 5 macro keys and 1 program key to switch between 3 groups of macro keys. In Predator Sense application you can set the functions of particular keys, set their color, control the keyboard lighting and other features. Below the keyboard there is a touchpad which uses Windows Precision drivers. It has smooth surface and 2 dedicated buttons that don't require much force to click. I had no complaints when using this touchpad. Around the edges there is a blue trim which you can also light up, but you can't set different color than blue. By pressing the combination of function key and F9 you can disable the touchpad or keyboard lighting. The speakers are located under the device on both sides. There is also a subwoofer, but I couldn't hear a big difference between the bass strength of Helios 500 and other decent laptop without subwoofer. So if it comes to sound in Predator there is nothing special. It's loud, clear and the bass is only fine. If it comes to port selection, on the left hand side you have Ethernet, 1 USB 3.0 Type A and 2 USB 3.1 Type C with Thunderbolt 3. On the right hand side you have 3.5mm headphone and microphone jack, 2 USB 3.0 Type A and security lock. There is also a few ports on the back. Starting from left there is a power input, display port and HDMI 2.0. The display is 17.3 inch, 144Hz IPS panel, and depending on the model it supports G-Sync for NVIDIA graphics and FreeSync for AMD version, which I've got here. The combination of FreeSync and fast refresh provides a smooth gameplay and the color reproduction is just on point. This display can reproduce 97% of sRGB color gamut, 75% of Adobe RGB, and the brightness is 329 nits. It's more than enough for gaming, but the Helios 500 can be also used for content creation, especially with 8-core processor. As for now, this model is one of the best laptops that you can buy for that kind of job. And no RTX laptop can beat Helios 500, at least for now. If you're deep into graphics work, you can buy it with 4K display that has 100% of sRGB and 100% of Adobe RGB. Now the price of my unit is about $1,800. For a comparison, you can buy i9 version for $2,400 or 6-core i7 for $1,800, so I think that Ryzen 7 plus Vega 56 model gives you much better bang for your buck. However, the Helios 500 with Intel processors comes with full-size GTX 1070, which is about 5% better than Vega 56. In both cases, the GPU will be the bottleneck for the CPU in games, so if you want to sacrifice 2 cores for slightly better performance in games, you can go for i9 or i7 model with GTX 1070. If it comes to content creation, the Ryzen 7 is significantly better than any 6-core processor, so I think that it's worth considering, even though you will have 5% weaker GPU. I tested few games on this laptop and here are the results. Speaking of performance, it's worth to say few words about RTX laptops that will come out soon. We will have much more graphical power comparing to current laptop GPUs, but is it the reason to not buy Helios 500 now? It already shows a good value for the money, but there is a chance that the prices of old laptops might drop a little as the new RTX models come to the market. They should not be much more expensive than current laptops, but the thing is that none of them is announced with 8-core processor yet. So I think that AMD Helios 500 will still be worth considering, especially if you need a powerful CPU in a laptop. As I said at the beginning, the Acer Predator Helios 500 is well known for its good cooling system, and I have to say that I have never seen before such low temperatures in a gaming laptop. I tested the laptop playing AAA games for a long period of time. The first test was made with max fan profile, and the results returned the average temperature of 48 degrees Celsius on the CPU and 44 degrees on the GPU. The laptop was pretty loud as I set the cooling system on its max speed. For a comparison, every laptop that I've tested so far was reaching over 80 degrees Celsius in this test. The second test I made was on automatic fan profile, which was insanely quiet when gaming. The temperatures were higher but still much lower than in other gaming laptops. The average CPU temperature was 74 degrees Celsius and the GPU temperature was only 69 degrees. In both tests there was no sign of thermal and power limit throttling. Basing on other reviews, the models with Nvidia and Intel hardware are getting hotter, but I think that the temperatures are still low enough to say that the Acer Predator Helios 500 has the best cooling system out there. If it comes to battery life, I managed to use Predator for only 3 hours when doing light productivity work and 40 minutes when gaming. That's a mediocre result for a gaming laptop, but considering the size of this laptop and the big power brick, I doubt that anybody would use it on the go anyway. Alright, as I mentioned before, we're gonna compare the Acer Predator Helios 500 to other gaming laptops just to give you an idea of what you can choose from, so you don't have to spend so much time for research. In the video description you can find Amazon links for each laptop that I will be talking about now, so don't forget to check it out. Let's start with the Asus ROG Strix Scar 2 GL704. As same as Predator, the Scar 2 is a 17-inch laptop, but thanks to thin bezel display it's much smaller and lighter, so if you're looking for a more portable 17-inch laptop, this might be an option. The 144Hz display with 3 milliseconds response time in this laptop is one of the fastest available on the market. It has also a good cooling, but of course nothing can compare with Helios 500 in this regard. If it comes to design, I think that it looks great. It has smart shapes, nice brushed aluminum finish and tons of RGB, not only on the keyboard. Unfortunately, there is only a GTX 1060 option available and the display doesn't support G-Sync. Choosing between 17-inch Scar 2 and Helios 500 is about making a compromise of having a portable device with less performance or great performance in a big size laptop. The 17-inch Scar 2 costs about $1,600, so I leave for your consideration if it's worth it over the Predator or not. The next laptop you might be interested with is the MSI GP73 Leopard, and again, here we have the laptop with good cooling system. The other thing worth mentioning is that the GP73 is also smaller and lighter than Helios 500, and you have up to GTX 1070 GPU options available. It has a great 120Hz 3 milliseconds response time display with better color reproduction than in Predator, but unfortunately the G-Sync is not available here. The thing that I like the most in this laptop is the SteelSeries keyboard with long 1.9mm key travel and gorgeous RGB that blasts through the transparent stroke of each key. You can buy this laptop for about the same price as Helios 500, but you can have it with up to 6-core i7-8750H processor. However, the MSI GP73 is relatively cheap for the performance and features you get with it, and I found a good offer on Amazon with serious specs from Computer Upgrade King for even lower price, so if you're interested, check the video description. The last laptop on our list is the 17-inch HP Omen X. This one is a little bit bigger and heavier than Helios 500, but HP made a good use of big chassis, putting an excellent mechanical gaming keyboard into Omen X. It has thicker key profile, long 2.5mm key travel, and RGB per key backlight with a lot of effects. There is also a few customizable RGB parts on the chassis. It's also good to see 120Hz display with G-Sync in this device. Unfortunately, if it comes to CPU, there are only 7th generation Intel processors available in this product, so you can choose between i7-7700HQ and overclockable i7-7820HK. On the other hand, you can have more graphical power compared to Helios 500 since Omen X comes with GTX 1070 or GTX 1080, which makes it more gamer-friendly device. The GTX 1070 and i7-7700HQ model cost about $1,800, so I think that it's not worth buying over the Predator, which has twice as much cores for the same price. But the GTX 1080 and overclockable i7 model makes much more sense, especially that you can buy it for $2,000 to $2,300. Alright, that's all for today and I hope you found this video helpful. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, and if you like this kind of reviews, it would be awesome if you hit thumb up or maybe consider subscribing TechFinds for more. On my channel you can find detailed laptop reviews, laptop comparisons, different tutorials and more. Now thanks for your time and see you in the next review.